Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to another episode of JaYo Review. I'm here with the lovely Jerry Weil, and today we're going to talk about Superman. All right, we're going to start, as always, with our rating from 0 to 10. Jerry, what would you give Superman?
I give it a solid 8.5.
8.5. Wow. Okay, okay. I feel like I'm going to be the more harsh critic today. Cool. I'm giving it a 6.5.
Whoa.
Yes,
Oh, we've never been this
6.57.
far off. Wow.
Yeah, yeah. I'm like, we'll say 6.57. But yes. Alrighty, let's get into it. What did you like about Superman?
I liked a lot. I liked the story. I
Mhm.
liked the actors. The all the performances I thought were phenomenal. Especially Nicholas Hoult. I feel like it was an Oscar-worthy performance.
Wow. Okay, Oscar worthy.
Um, why not? Um, I thought visually it was just I thought it was like really well shot. I thought it moved really well. I mean there was so much I was worried seeing the trailers because I was like, God, there's how are they gonna pack that much stuff, and it seemed like it was gonna be all over the place, but I thought it really worked. All the side characters, I mean all the so many of the characters were just so much fun. Especially Mr. Terrific and Crypto, of course, steals the film, and I thought David Corenswet did a really good job. Um, what else? Um, yeah, I just thought it was a fun ride beginning to end. I didn't really get bored too much. I mean, there was well maybe a couple little sections, but for the most part, I thought it moved really well. Um, yeah, it was bright and fun and fun, funny, a lot of humor. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Um, I I really liked several of the people's performances too. I think at the top were for me Mr. Terrific. I thought Mr. Terrific was really, really, really cool, and he got to do a lot of yeah, like great storytelling, which I was here for. I also really liked Rachel Brosnahan, I think is her name, who played Lois. I thought she was also done well, and I liked Nicholas Hoult. I don't know about Oscar worthy, but I enjoyed his Lex Luthor, though there were some things to me that were incongruous that I'll talk about in the things I didn't like. Um, I think David Corn Sweat also did a good job as Superman. Um, Again, just had some things that I was like about. Um, I liked the story overall. Like I liked the third act, the last act of the movie, the best. I really enjoyed the message, about family, chosen versus um, well, not necessarily chosen, but whoever raises you, as well as like identity, right? Like nature versus nurture, all of these different things. I think that was really well done, and I really liked that. Um, I also really like the relationship between Superman and Lois Lane. Um, I also really liked, like, as a side character, Jimmy, that little bit, that side story between Jimmy and Lex Luthor's girl. I thought that was really funny and well done. Um, Also, like subverting expectations of like, hey, just because you're pretty doesn't mean every man wants you, which is great. ¿Qué otra cosa? Yeah, there were lots of nice visuals, I think. Very bright. Lots of funny moments. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. Let's talk about what we didn't like.
Okay. Not a lot.
I guess for you, not so. I mean,
Not
eight
so
out of
much.
10, there are some things.
Um, yeah, I wasn't. I got a little bit bored in the um whatchamacallit, the universe, what do you call it, the other universe.
Oh, yeah, the black hole thing.
Yeah, that whole, yeah, that stuff. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, you know, in general, like special, like with all of these superhero movies, in general, I tune out a little bit when they go into outer space, or, you know, anything where they leave the leave Earth
Okay,
takes
why?
me out a little bit. I don't know, you know, I'm always more interested in the stories on Earth, you know.
Mm,
Um, so, but I mean, there was a lot of cool stuff there. I mean, I'm not saying all of it, but, you know, just like out of anything in the movie, you know, that for me was probably the least interesting.
yeah.
Um, I didn't think they developed, like, I really liked Mr. Terrific and I really liked Green Lantern. I didn't think they developed Hawk Girl. I didn't think they gave her enough to do. So,
Agreed.
yeah, that
Hmm.
that was kind of lacking. Although, you know, you don't want the movie to be too long either, but they could have maybe, you know, balanced it a little more. I also would have liked more Clark Kent. And when I say Clark Kent, see, we've had this discussion. So other people talk about Clark Kent and they like they think of Clark Kent when, like, when he's with his parents,
Mm,
when he's not like in the Superman outfit. And to me, Clark Kent has to have the glasses, you know, he's like the persona at the Daily Planet. And there was really only one scene of Clark Kent, and I would have liked a little more of that character. That would, you know, I think would have balanced a little bit. Um, oh, and then yeah, and some of the visual effects I wasn't crazy about. I didn't like the look of the baby. The
mm,
baby, that
yeah.
was not digging that. The Green Lantern effects were, I just, the design of them, it was just, I don't know, there was this cheesiness to it that I didn't
Mm,
like so much. I think they, I don't know, could have been better. A lot of the visual effects were great, and then some of them I felt were just a little cheesy.
mm,
So yeah, those are the main things I didn't like.
cool. For me, I feel like, and feel free to jump in to agree, disagree. Like, I'm here for it. I feel like a lot of Superman lore was distorted or changed. Like, number one thing I didn't like was the the way that they developed the story, right? Like I said, the last act to me was the best act, was what I enjoyed. Now, the first two acts of the movie, the first two thirds, I was like, there were some parts I liked, some parts I didn't. I especially didn't like that we start the movie with Superman losing, Superman being a loser. Like, I felt like that is so not Superman lore. Like, Superman is known as the one of the most, like, in all superhero movies, one of the most powerful superheroes. Like, period. Like, it's almost impossible to beat him other than with what? What's his weakness? Say it with me, people. Kryptonite. And Kryptonite was not involved in the first battle where he loses or whatever, where he's like needs to crawl back to his, not even he needs a super dog to help him get back to his place so he can like revive himself. Like, and robots. Like, what? No, no. To me, that felt like, again, who the heck is this Superman? They tried to make him way too weak, way too human, way too wholesome, and I'm like I grew up with Superman. This is not the Superman I know or the Superman lore that I understand. So I didn't like that. I think it would have been a way stronger movie to see him like winning or whatever positive thing you want to talk about in terms of Superman. Maybe show like how he get like why the people love him, whatever. And then see his downfall would have hit way harder for me. Um, but the whole like starting from him being like kind of weak, people already questioning him, all of that, like I I wasn't a fan personally. I didn't like it. I also wasn't a huge fan of like the extra characters in terms of like the Green Lantern and Hawk Girl. I could take them or leave them. Like I think Nathan Fillion did a good job as Green Lantern, but like I was just like, do I need these people? I know that they were important for the last act of the movie, cool, but Mr. Terrific was the only one I really had like skin in the game for. You know, where I was like, yeah, I think you're important. The other
Well,
two, go ahead.
okay, so we have to keep some things in. Okay, so first of all, it's
Yeah.
kind of funny because I'm going to disagree on one point, and then I'm going to contradict myself with something else.
So,
I mean, the first my first thought is in general, I don't care about so much about the lore or the comics or like I'm looking at the movie as a just as a movie, you know,
mm,
storytelling, and I don't care about what so much, if it follows the comics, it doesn't follow the comic, whatever. That to me personally, like I'm not a comic book fan, so I don't care about this stuff. I just want to look at, see the movie for what it is, what the story they're telling. So I
yeah,
don't really care about that stuff. On the other hand, the thing I was going to say is that part of what he was trying to develop, and this goes against what I just said, is because they're kind of doing this whole reset in with DC,
hmm,
and so he's trying to develop this whole universe that then they're going to, spawn all these other movies off of, which is a
yeah,
lot of the reasoning for putting all this stuff in there,
I
because
get
this
it.
is kind of the basis for all this other stuff. So anyway, yeah, but I
I
get it.
get it. I still was like, yeah, not a super fan. And like you said, like I thought they didn't develop Hot Girl at all. Like that's why, right? A big reason why I was like, why are you there? Why are you even here? Like, why do we need you? Like, why do we even like you? Like, oh no, I don't need you. Um, yeah. So, and I understand what you're saying about like comic book. Yes, but like you also have to make it make sense. Like if you're developing this universe, we have to um care and want Superman to win. And I'm not saying that we don't want that totally, but like I was kind of just like ambivalent for the first two thirds. Like I was like, I don't really know if I want Superman to like because if he's this weak, like come on, Green Lantern gang, you take over if you're gonna be winners and like win battles and all of that. Like I just and I think there were lots of moments that could have been how to say they could have developed even more. Like for example, that first conversation between Lois Lane and Clark Kent's aka Superman, where she's interviewing him and they have, a fight. I thought was such a great scene. But then there was no follow-up to that. And I thought it was so good because, Lois Lane was trying to get Clark Kent to really like think outside of his naive little thinking. and I thought that was really good. And I wanted to see how he would develop from that and how she would. I think we see Lois Lane and how she develops out of her closed off and pessimistic point of view to a certain degree, but not Clark Kent, aka Superman. I would have liked that to be much clearer. And I think it would have earned like where they land as a couple later on. I also didn't need the whole like talk between Lois Lane and Mr. Terrific about their relationship, where she's like, "Oh, I wanted to break up with him," blah blah blah. I just felt like that was unnecessary, and it also didn't make sense. You want to save this man, and yet you were like, "Well, I want to break up with him," and get out of here. Like this is dumb. This is not necessary. I don't need this conversation. Cut. Um, what other things was I like? Lex Luthor. I really like Nick Holt as Lex Luthor. However, I felt like in, um, especially the last act, he felt almost caricaturesque, like where uh, I'm like, you're an evil genius, and yet you're acting like, I don't know, like a caricature, like this really overbloated villain. And I was just like, I don't buy it personally. I also didn't like the trope that was used about like uh Eastern European um country trying to take over another country. I feel like that's tired. I feel like that's been done. And if you're gonna do it, have a better leader. Like the leader felt so, to me, lame. Like I was like, man, of course this guy's gonna be beat. Have you seen him?
I loved him. I loved him.
Yeah, he was fun, but like he wasn't like I couldn't take him seriously. You know what I mean? Like it's like I love a superhero movie where I'm like, man, I think this may work. Like that is way more interesting to me than like, of course, look at this guy. Of course he's gonna be beat. Like he's such a loser. Like, no. No me
Well,
gusta.
okay, yeah, I'm not going to get political.
Oh, and that's the thing. Yeah, like he
Just look at
reminded
some
me.
real life examples.
Oh, I know. And he reminded me of some, real life examples, and I was just like, I think it could have been done better, personally. Like, I think, we could have been a little bit more scared of this leader. Other than him being like, it felt like a comedic bit rather than like I said, serious threat, which is what I think they were trying to do, like make him be a threat. And it was like, okay, I don't buy this. um, what other things? I think, yeah, those are my biggest gripes, personally. I liked the other world stuff, the black hole. I thought that was cool. That was interesting. Um, also shows how, intense Lex Luthor is and crazy. Um, yeah. Any other thoughts from you about the movie?
No, I can't think of anything.
Okay. So, our favorite question, if you could play anybody, who would you play?
Lex Luthor, obviously.
Ah, pew 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 pew. Why Lex Luthor?
Oh, I mean, the villain is always the more fun, the most fun.
Mm, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Um, yeah, if I guess I could play like for me, I would say if it's gender is not important, I would play actually Mr. Terrific. Though I love Lex Luthor. Mr. Terrific was a fun role. Um, but if gender is important, then I would play Lois Lane. Yeah. Cool. Excellent. So you would recommend people go see
And
it,
it's
huh?
funny. It's funny in a way because Nicholas Hoult auditioned for Superman,
Oh, did
and
he?
yeah, but I think he got the more fun roles. Like that's
Yeah,
way more than Superman.
I agree. I agree. Lex Luthor is a lot more. And okay, that was another flaw for me where I was like, if you're building a whole cinematic universe, you do not. like I guess that in the end they kind of talked about it, but like I was like, why does Lex Luthor come so hard at him? Like, of course I know the lore, but in the movie, like they didn't really make it make sense, like until the end, which I guess maybe it makes sense. But I was just like, you're it's I wanted a little bit more development and talk about it throughout the movie, and not like in the end telling you this is why. Just my gripes with it.
Yeah.
Hopefully they'll do better next time. It's funny, a lot of my friends are of the same agreement with me. They're like, it's like, or they didn't like it.
Interesting.
The
Yeah,
first
most
one was
most
like,
I know liked it, like or like on my side of this. But
liked it a lot. Wild, wild. It's great to have.
curious to see what next time we'll have to do Fantastic Four, and then we can compare.
Yes, yes. I'm hoping to go watch that tomorrow. So, excellent.
Curious to hear your thoughts on that.
Yeah. Well, thank you for reviewing Superman with me. As always, thank you all for watching. Please share the video with other people. Subscribe to my channel for more reviews and more content in general. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and hope to catch you at our next review. Thank you. Bye.